live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing trading floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trail. My man, Rob Will, what's up? Eric says, there we go. Good afternoon. Scott McKay says, good afternoon. Scott, sounds like me and you are about to chat, my man. I was chatting with the boy Boom. I was like, we're about to hang out. I'm pumped, man. Let's schedule a time, meet you to chat about that. How exciting. I love it. Sharon says, hello, friends. Joan says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Joan. No worries. So glad everyone's here. Miss you guys. Ben says, hey, guys and gals. Congrats, Ben, on a profitable day. Yeah, cool things to talk about. Let's dive in. It is today the most profitable day of the week for me on average, and that's why I spell it the only way it should be spelled. Winsday. Let me get my screen sharing turned on. Screen sharing is turned on. Weird. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I can't type. Okay, try this. Does this work? Okay. Winsday. There we go. WINSDAY. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this market is saucy. Bull City. The crazy part is, I mean, we only got one day of rest, which was yesterday, but, you know, on the SPY at least, and which is fine. So a lot of people were asking me earlier today, is this the time to buy VIX calls? Is this the time to buy UVXY? You know, what are we doing? When are we getting in? That's a random printer just started printing something. Maybe I was hitting a button and I printed something on accident. I mean, yeah, if you're buying the VIX calls down here, I mean, you're definitely trying to pick the top of the market. Obviously, with volatility, there's always volatility. You know, here's the weekly chart. So I think before we get to 300, we're going to be good to go. We might have a super small pullback, but everyone's kind of expecting us to just kind of stonewall at 300. I'm thinking like 303, 306. Wait for the market to really be nice and bullish coming into like midterms, you know, which I think are around the corner, November kind of time frame. So give it a little bit more into September. Maybe we don't quite, you either quite don't get to 300 or right above 300. But bottom line, I'm game if you buy options, you know, puts on the SPY or calls on the VIX. Just make sure it is indeed a hedge and not a trade, right? If you have a big portfolio and you need a hedge, that's fine. But don't make it like, you know, don't try to pick the top of the market right now because at this particular point in time, she's just a flying. So let that trend be your friend because 300 is not that far away. So anyway, that's it. Buy the dip. The rest of the indices look the exact same. Dow, super strong. IWM, super strong. Qs, just going berserk mode. Qs, look at this on a weekly. Look at this on a daily. Look at this. Bullish, gap and go. Man. So, yeah, enjoy. Let's have fun, and we'll peel off some targets as we see them. Peel off some profits as we see them, and we'll take it from there. So really, that's all I have on the broad markets. Today is Energy Wednesday, and we're going to have some good things to report on energies today as they were up relatively nicely. The highs of these two candles on the XLE are exactly the same. It's not a tweezer top, though, because I'd have to do a white candle followed by a black candle, but they are the exact same, which means if it breaks above, you have those people who shorted who are going to be a little bit upset, and they'll probably get smoked a little bit, and then we kind of go higher. So the XLE for the most part, looking relatively delish. And, yep, I like that one. So XLE looks good. Here's the broader markets. How do I turn off? Let me turn off this printer. Okay. That's my backup plan for the real life trading retreat, just in case the internet crashes. Gotta have a backup plan. So anyway, XLE, yeah, sideways, that's pretty much all I got. Nothing to talk about. Let's dive into some specific stocks because they are on a roll. Roll City, YRD, was up big today after it gaps down on earnings. This is what you're looking at right here. Tons of volume coming in on YRD. Big bullish candle. And again, I'm not going to personally play this one, but got a good support resistance right about here. You know, right, upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, good candle. Expect a little bit of a dip buy. Got some higher lows. So if you're playing YRD, you have to like today's candle, and I would just expect it to slightly, you know, keep it up from here. So that's YRD. The hourly chart's going to look good on it. So the hourly chart looks pretty toasty. So you got this resistance right here. You got this looking candle. She's hanging out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Buy the dip, strong candle, looks nice. GPOR. Keep typing in GoPro every time I try to type this in. GPOR. So this is one that Justin Jeffrey is in. And here's the daily chart. So Gulfport Energy posted a little bit of a hammer today, kind of battling those long-term moving averages after posting a really nice bullish gap and go back on the 21st of August. So with that being said, here's the weekly chart. And again, Gulfport Energy, it is Energy Wednesday after all, is slowly making higher highs and higher lows. Something like that. So really good support resistance, nice inside day candle, or actually I should say inside week candle on Gulfport. If you're looking at playing it, you probably are looking at a target of 14.97. But, you know, I mean, who knows? It could go higher, it could go lower. But it is making higher lows, and you got to like these volume profiles. Big volume, big volume, big volume, big volume. That looks nice. Justin says, go hammer. That's right. Yeah, man. Excited to see you soon, by the way, brother. So anyway, nice little hammer candle. Looking good. Hope it goes higher, and that's pretty much about it. Guess what, folks? People who are at HK are maybe potentially up a little bit or not as down as they were. So HK, woo, finally. Starting to come back to life. Had phenomenal earnings. And I'm down just a little bit right now. Just a little bit on HK. Because I started buying it on this day right here, May 29th. So we'll see. You know, I mean, again, here's the weekly chart. It's out of support. We talked about it a myriad of times. I'm not saying it's going to go higher. I'm just kind of hoping it does. But at least the pain isn't as bad as it once was. At least right now. Is the 20 EMA going to hold it down? Maybe. And we don't have much farther to go for that. But if it can break through the 20 on the weekly, I still don't think HK is going to go to 1 million, but I think it could go to at least 7, which would be almost double, which is not bad. And if it could do that, that would be nice. We'll see if it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. But I'll probably still wait till October. Give it some time. I'm going to be patient. And I got my stop at $1. I will lose an hour and a half if it gets to $1. Again, I'm doing it conservatively. I just think it's an undervalued energy stock that did have very good earnings. Let me rephrase when I say very good earnings. I mean, they had phenomenal earnings compared to what people thought they were going to have. But even then, they still made money, and it wasn't bad earnings. But it wasn't like Apple earnings or anything, which is up $160 billion since earnings, but no big deal. Okay, HK done. Next, ICHR. ICHR. Here's the weekly, daily. Up nice, looks good. Good job, Jay. Hope it keeps rolling and scrolling. Long-term moving averages, right? We looked at that. The 200 was right there. So we would not have gotten filled even if we set this trade up. But overall, still looks pretty, and I dig it. And I'm glad you're in, man. Hope she goes to 100. But I think you're the only one in. Anybody else in ICHR? Anyone else have any questions on this one? Or we'll just move on to the next one. All right, cool. Moment of silence for that stock. Next on the list, Overstock.com, OSTK. Overstock. Wow. I see what you're looking at. You dirty dogs. You trying to buy that stock off support? You trying to buy that stock off of that support level? Here's the weekly. That's exactly what you're doing. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's been here before. Buy low, sell high. It's out of support. This is a morning star kind of pattern. It's not phenomenal, but it's not ostentatiously bad. If I was going to get in, I'd get in above the high of these two bearish candles with my stop right there. In fact, my stop might be right below the low of this white candle, so about 27.90. That's really it. So it's been down here before. So buy low, sell high. I get it. I would just wait for a break above the high of those two bearish candles, which is 31.05. There we go. That's what I got. Next, we have CRM, Salesforce. Fun company is what I call the Entrepreneur Starter Pack portfolio. Salesforce down small post-market. Let's see if we can read some earnings really quick. So it's down super small. Company shares fell. The companies, wow. The company's forecast third quarter profits between 49 cents and 50 cents per share, and revenues 33.3. Analysts on average are expecting a profit. Okay. Revenue of the company's flagship product, Sales Cloud, rose 12% to $1 billion, generating more than $1 billion in a quarter. Salesforce has been boosting its research and development expenditures, as well as marketing and sales, seeing its operations expense up 27% to $2.3 billion. So they're doing that. That's good. Excluding items, the company's earned, wow, way to hide this. So the company earned 71 cents per share. The consensus was 54 cents. The forecast was 49 cents. And net income rose to $299 million, or 39 cents per share. Up a lot from last year, 6 cents a share, and total revenue rose to $3.2 billion from $2.5. That's strong. Now, granted, it's gapping down. It'll be a little bit of a bearish gap tomorrow, but I think it will get bought up. I will be watching this trade tomorrow. I think she pulls down maybe to the 50 and then bounce. But I'll keep an eye on it. Those are some strong earnings numbers. So Salesforce, Falco says maybe good enough to sell some puts. Yep, it just might be. Tomorrow Wednesday. Is tomorrow Wednesday morning? Thursday morning. Okay. At least that's what Benjamin says. All right, so Salesforce down. The Entrepreneur Starter Pack portfolio. Starter Pack portfolio. Square, Google, CRM, HubSpot, Wix, Shopify. That's it. Good portfolio right there. It's been working well. Falco says, sounds like a blog post that I'm going to write. You're going to write that blog post, Falco? Wow. Man, dude. How thoughtful of you. Yeah, man, that would be a good portfolio. I just got to write it when it pulls back a little bit. Need a little bit more of a pullback. DJ says, there's a room in our office that has a treadmill desk. I'm thinking about trying it out. Yeah, do it. Ben says he has a mini elliptical now. Sweet. So that goes along with the Entrepreneur Startup Kit treadmill desk. I remember the Family Guy episode where someone makes Peter get a stand-up desk. He's like, listen, you have to get a stand-up desk, but you can't just quietly stand up and work. You have to tell everybody how bad sitting is for them. And then Peter's like, do I have to? Can I just be quiet and do my work? And the boss is like, no. You have to go around and tell everyone that sitting is the new smoking and that you're a better person because you have a stand-up desk. I was like, yep, sounds about right. I try my best not to do it, but even then, like, I find a way of sneaking that in there somehow in a conversation. I'm like, shoot, I'm that guy. Dang it. Anyway, good stuff. All right, that's Salesforce. Down after hours. Earnings were phenomenal. Matter of time before it bounces. Matter of time. Billy. So we looked at this one. Uh-oh. Spaghetti ears. We got to close. Look at that, Mr. Squiggles. Man. I mean, it rotated on the hourly. It did that exact same pattern. Remember, it's all fractals, folks. Sometimes Mr. Squiggles doesn't nail it on the same time frame, but it's always on a fractal because there it is. Boom. Off the 50. Bam. Same exact pattern, just on an hourly rather than a daily. Killer. So, maybe try and get off of there. We might set this trade up mostly because, well, we got triggered into IQ today. We'll look at it. We'll talk about it. Because we're going to cancel Celgene today, most likely. I think it's going to pull back a little bit more. Give me a second. Let me go out to the hourly again. Let's turn the extended hours off. I like to see how those look. Yeah, I think it's going to pull back to here. 1302 by like 1167. I'd be comfortable with that risk. Okay, we can do that. Because we exited Domo today with a really good profit. Locking in risk, met almost 13 Rs for the month. Ladies and gentlemen, all thanks to 2 trades back-to-back, JD.com, and that was yesterday, and then Domo today. Almost 4 Rs between just those 2. Getting it. Okay, 1302, 1167 shares. Bullish. I feel like that's going to mess something up. I think it's a good trade based on a retest gap, and it's open because it's not triggered yet. Man. Okay. So Jaime, nice. Rocking the glasses, rocking the guns. I love it. So that's Billy. Now let's go look at, since I mentioned it, let's go into go look at Domo Toriato. DOMO. Nice trade, folks. Very nicely done. Did I get out too early? Yes, I did. I did indeed. Why did I get out so early? Because I mentioned out loud, I wrote it down 2 days ago that we'd be in this trade pretty quickly. Just want to be like an in and out. I should have just left it alone. Could have gotten a little bit more. I actually did get, it would have hit 3 Rs today. And now it's gapping up a little bit post-market. So if you're still in this one, congratulations. I got out because earnings is right around the corner, and I'm a giant chicken. What can I say? That's really it. Giant chicken. Good analysis, though. The cool part is we use the exact analysis from that inside candle video to make a solid gain on that trade. Almost a comma. Almost. So yeah, nice trade. And if you're still in that one, just keep me posted. Let me know. But that was good. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna hold Celgene open until Friday. But I'm gonna just let you all know I'm real sour about this one. I think that's what caused me to lock in Domo early because I got a little bit emotional on this one today. I didn't take any day trades. Today I'm still working with Greg Gilbert. He's a brand new real life trader, but I'm letting you all know he is a disciplined, consistent Marine. And he's looking for R's. So he's going to come and help us step up our game big time when he gets into the trading room. Right now he's brand new, but anyway, just letting you all know. But this trade was so good. Everything was correct except we did not fill by 2 pennies. 2 flippin' Lincolns. It went to $2.40 today, the option did. How brutal. Now, the stock trade did trigger if you played the shares. Remember, I have some traders who look at the weekly options newsletter only to get my chart that I post. Remember, I spent a lot of time looking for these trades. It's not like I just randomly pick something and just trade and set it up. They're good trade setups. So you can use the shares. And so Sharon says Donnie is in. He got into Celgene today. So beautiful entry at 91.66. If you trade the shares, congrats. If you trade the options, at least if you did what I did, you missed it. However, there were some traders who got into some longer term calls. So if you did, congrats. I'll leave it open 2 more days. I don't think it fills, but brutal. Brutal. All right, next on the list is LNG. LNG, Bill, Ray, looks good, boys. Nice double bottom. Gotcha. Good close with the neckline. Nice little pattern. Nice little volume decrease. Go get it, big man. Ray's pumped. Here's the weekly chart. And the weekly chart trend looks good. Yeah, man. Looks toasty. I like it. All right, LNG, done. Next on the list, First Solar, FSLR. So this is one I was going to do a September put sale on at 45. That little small pink line right here is kind of showing you the day, or I guess the week, where I was going to do that put sale. And that put sale obviously is looking good right now. I did not do it because I ended up doing the Tesla put sale instead, which was much better. But if you do have that put sale, you could probably buy that back. Yep, you can buy that back right now. Ben, I know you looked at that doing this one. You can buy back for 7 cents if you want. Take the monies and move on. My boy Bill says he has a 55.5 Covered call for September 14th. Noted. They changed all this on me the other day. By the way, team, the good news is since we are accumulating down here on First Solar, if and when she breaks out, I think it's more of a win. Then she's going to ride like the wind. Ride like the wind. So right now it is in an accumulation phase. So just keep an eye on that one. If she breaks out, could have a good move. Ben says, I skipped on that one too. Had about 1 day to get it. Hey, no worries, man. All's good. Just circling back. So I'll delete it off the chart. Never got in. I don't know anyone who did get in. That's okay. Not a problem. Opportunities are everywhere. Next on the list, OLED. OLED. Hit that 200. Paused dead in its tracks. That's really it. Last 2 or 3 times I looked at that one, I was like, all right, guys, if you're playing it, just play it super short term. Look at this doji right here. Look at that doji. It's even hard for me to see that candle. If you got bad eyes, that's a real hard candle to see. That is a doji. Man. So we just hit the brick wall on OLED, which is at 200, and I like this pattern. So I'm really hoping that we're going to rotate down and do something like this. So it's going to hang out for a while before it does anything like that. I'll come back and look at it Tuesday of next week. Just kind of glance over. Just as a reminder, markets are closed, at least here in the United States on Monday. Don't be here. We won't be here. Next on the list is Roku. ROKU. And Roku. So it did not continue higher before it pulled back. Didn't get it. Which means this is the pullback. It's very similar to the price that I wanted. Just happened before. So that says to me, I'll do 2 charts. I mean, you're here off the 10, so if you bought the pullback, here's the moving averages. So a trade down into the 10 today. So if you're playing it long, come down here to settings, buying the salsa. Let the trends continue. I'll just throw that in that chart that I posted on Roku the other day. Where was that post? Right here. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, just getting it loaded. It's a little bit slow. Roku. So that was back on August 27th. I was going to say, I do believe this is the pullback. If Roku takes out the low of today, then buy off the 50. Trend still looks good though. All right. Next on the list, MJ, Michael Jordan. MJ, the ETF, alternative harvesting ETF. Alternative harvesting. You mean weed. That's what. Green tomatoes. Devil's lettuce. What's another slang term for weed? Mary Jane.
Matas. Trees in Spanish.
Mata. Oh, trees. Okay. I got you. Why do you know that? You should know, man. That's funny. Anyway, I mean, this looks like all the other ones, team. All the other ones. So you got this retest gap right here. White candle gapping up, right? Bullish retest gap. There's the retest, and now you got a bullish gap and go today. So what is most likely going to happen on MJ is you're going to get this gap up tomorrow, trade down, and you'll eventually get a retest where we're going to go a little bit higher. I will be looking to fade some of these stocks tomorrow, but I doubt I'll get any shares to actually borrow, but we'll see. Overall, though, it looks higher to me. Just let it gap up and pull back some. DAN, we kept an eye on this one. It still isn't doing anything gratuitously generous. Trying to bounce off that 200 on a weekly. I mean, again, it just looks like a long-term play to me, right? Like an investment, not necessarily a short-term trade because you got the 200 there. So this is the daily chart, and you have this double bottom that's coming in. So there's the double bottom. There's the neckline. So you have a little bit of a bearish candle today. So I was going to say, if you were looking at getting into a bullish trade, then you probably would look to get into a bullish trade above the high of today. Boom. And depending on your time frame, your stop will either be down here or down here, down here. Obviously, this is more of a conservative investment and more aggressive as the stock gets higher. But personally, I don't see anything that I just absolutely love, so I would wait on DAN. Next on the list, ETP. And ETP, did this one merge fully over yet? Not yet. Not yet. So we got ourselves a bullish retest gap, white candle gapping up. And this is the S curve, right? That's the retest. Got a really ugly kind of morning star-ish looking thing. Inside candle right there. Another good gap, another good S curve. So we know ETP is going to be energy transfer equities at some portion at some point in time. But until then, I guess we'll just kind of keep waiting on it. With this candle today being a perfect doji, like literally a perfect doji, we can see right here the open and the close are the exact same. So perfect doji, old resistance, new support. So if you're looking at playing ETP bullish, this would probably be a relatively decent spot to do so. That's all I got. Next on the list, British Petroleum. So I'll tell my buddy Greg, it's one of my longer-term trade stocks. Can't go wrong with BP. If you drive a car and you put gas in it, you probably want to have some type of oil stock company somewhere. Bought back this put sale at 39, right? That's selling the insurance on something that we don't own and hope that it does not crash, which it did not. So, yeah, BP, there's a few people in this one. If we go to a long-term, let's go back to this monthly chart on British Petroleum. So here's the monthly, and you'll see these long-term averages. Right now, we're just kind of hanging in between those. So we're going to hang out and chop around here for a bit. It'll be a good time to get into some covered calls and things of that nature. But yeah, we're going to hang out in here for a while. But once BP breaks about 48.60, she will go to 72. Just more or less be a matter of time. I like the fact that you took out this high, right? That trend line right there. You took out that trend line. You eventually took out that trend line. So yeah, I like BP. A few of you are in that one, and that's all I have to say about that. I don't have any position, short-term positions in it right now. In between both the 100 and 200 on the daily and the 100 or 200 on a week on a monthly. So yeah, we're gonna just chop around for a bit on BP. Cheryl, so do you think BP follows crude oil? Yeah, absolutely. Yep, for sure. AVYA. Oops, one too many A's. AVYA. Here's the daily chart. This is a newer company. AVY. Wow, this is pretty. So I really like this pennant pattern a lot. Nice little pennant right there. A little kind of a compression, pressure building. Got a resistance right there. Got a W for winter. So if this thing breaks down, I'd say it's a good buy off of 21, I think. And if it breaks out, that could be a really fun breakout. So I'm going to put this on Tuesday for next week, just to see if we do actually break out of that. All right. So that's what we got on that one. So we're still just going through the list, looking for some specific and official swing trades. Otherwise, I'm just looking at the stocks that you all requested, which is most of this list. So MYL, this is also the daily chart, also stuck right in between the long-term moving averages. So we're going super sideways. Here's the weekly, sideways. The only thing I could say good about this chart is you got a higher low right here. And I know it's really hard to see, but this candle looks like it's ready to pop higher into maybe 45. So I'll kind of show you what I mean on that. I'll zoom in. Keep zooming, keep zooming. All right. So you got this bearish candle, and you got a high wave bullish candle, which is an inside candle on a weekly chart. You got another inside candle on a weekly chart. So you got 3 in a row, and this one's making a higher high and a higher low. So if you're playing at Milan, I'd be bullish to neutral at least, but here in the daily, since it is sideways, it could just trade right into long-term moving averages and pause. All right, Bank of America, BAC. Bank of America just chilling. Here's the weekly chart, and this is just the general trend of Bank of America. So we can all kind of remind ourselves it's going higher. 2012, just slowly going up. So now we get to figure out where are we going from here and what are we doing. So this particular pattern, I feel like looks a little bit evening star reversal-esque. This one right here, morning star reversal, kind of, somewhat, a little bit. I don't really see anything on Bank of America. I mean, if we close below the low of Monday's candle, I would have to say that we probably go a little bit lower. And if I was going to do it, I would trade down to here, which is like about what, 30.24. And yeah, buy the dip. Anyway, that's all I got on Bank of America. I don't really have any short-term trades because again, a lot of the trades we're looking at, remember, we're going to be on the up and up. It's going to be a little bit high. So don't look at anything too high. Goldman Sachs, which I would just love for that to be my name. I mean, a financial company named Goldman and Sachs. Come on. Killer S-curve on GS right here. Very pretty. Bloop. Right off the 100. What a great time to buy. I didn't take that trade just because I can't be in everything. But I do. Again, these lines have been here. They haven't moved. They haven't gone anywhere. I was looking at a bull put spread or put sale on Goldman Sachs. Just never found any money for it, unfortunately. So here's the weekly. Got a good gap. Got the good trend going. I like Goldman Sachs for the bull trade. I do. But right now you're kind of in the middle of the long terms. The good news is you could pretty much bracket trade today's candle on a lot of financials because financials are down today, even though I would argue most of the market is higher. Looked pretty good, I feel like. Today was a dividend day. And, yeah. That's pretty much it. Questions, concerns, thoughts, or oppositional viewpoints on Goldman Sachs. Cool. All right. We just got a few more. We're making good time today. Baidu. Close a bullpen spread on Baidu. Most traders did. Julian, Robert Falco, a few others. Closed Baidu on Monday. Locked in the gains. That was a really fun little trade based off of the 100 on a weekly chart. Now, it wasn't only based on the weekly. It was also based on the fact that you had lower shadow down there, lower shadow, and as it pulled into that support, which also coincidentally was the 100 on a weekly, that's where we could sell the option, and that's where it bounced. So Baidu trading sideways. Don't see anything fantastical right now other than a potential flag. White candle gapping up, retest gap, we retested. So if we come in here to the hourly chart, it doesn't look bad. If for whoever requested Baidu, if you're looking at playing it bullish, this is how I would. $227.25 by do 223.25. Doesn't look bad. My girl Cheryl says, I thought today market was kind of strange, mostly flat, not a lot of volatility. It was not tons of volatility. Nope. Usually when you get the volatility is on a bearish day. Otherwise, if it's a normal bullish day, there's not tons of volatility. It just kind of gaps up, runs for an hour, and then just hangs out. That's usually what you get. So anyway, Baidu, this is what we got. And that's it. That's the only way I would play it. Okay, rig, which we look at very frequently on Wednesdays, is at 12.20. Here's the daily chart, and the daily chart looks kind of good. It's in the long-term moving averages, 100, 200, simple on a daily chart. I like the new white soldier. I really do like the fact that this is a stair-step pattern, and I feel like rig broke out and closed above some of those highs. I mean, you got to close above the wicks. Looks good to me, so I think rig will at least trample higher up to about that 100. And, of course, that's the next brick wall is the 200 simple on a weekly. The good news is for those who have rig, eventually she will fly. This one's been an accumulation pattern for almost 4 years. And, yeah, looks nice. Okay. Next, look to Domo. MPC. MPC, Marathon Petroleum. You know, this one looks pretty nice. So it has that inverted head and shoulders shape. So kind of like the this, and this. It's closed above resistance. It has an inside candle, or not inside, kind of like a high wave doji candle. Remember, this is on a weekly chart, so that means this lasts 4 days. So last 4 days, high wave bearish candle. Here's the daily chart. I say 4 days, sorry. It's Wednesday. So 3 days. So this is a flag pattern on Marathon Pete. Pin it, whatever you want to call it. So if Marathon Pete breaks out, Marathon Petroleum, and you're looking at playing it, I'd say hop in. Okay, here's Box, BOX. And Box, this one was gapping down today. And we did set up an official day trade on it. We just didn't get filled. No big deal. It happens. Here's the support breakdown right here. It flashed a little bit of a high move. Broke down. I set up to get in on the retest at the purple line, and I just didn't get filled by a few pennies. No big deal. Would have been like a small win, 0.8, 0.9 R or something like that. I mean, hey, all those count, better than losing. But bottom line, BOX, just chilling. So what now, I guess is the question. I mean, the fact that it's a gap and go is strong. 200 simple moving average is 23.43. Here's the weekly chart. And personally, could Box bounce off this level? Absolutely. Will it bounce off of this level? That part I don't know for sure. If you are planning on buying Box off of this price, do it softly. Right? Just kind of tiptoe in with a small position. And then really load up at 20. That'd be a much better buy. So again, if you're looking at getting in bullish on Box, just maybe tiptoeing because it is at the 200. And it has bounced off the 200 before. But this is a gap and go on good volume. So maybe as a day trader, you can rock it out from there. Here's BJ. And BJ, weird candle, but is up. Earnings. Wow, nice retest on earnings. So obviously this was the breakout, right? You got a pennant pattern, breakout, retest gap. There's the retest. Nice lower shadow. That's where everybody was buying. Nice buying candle, and BJ's looks good. I think it's going to continue, Johnny. Johnny says he got in at 27.50. My man. Did you get in yesterday? On that retest? He says no. So you got in today then. So you saw it retest, and then you popped in. Got it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's where you got in right there. Dang, dude. Get out of here. Johnny Child. Just crushing it. Awesome sauce, man. I'll put on the list for you on Monday. Oh, sorry, Tuesday. Market's closed Monday. And, yeah, I'll keep an eye on it for you. AAOI, says Roy. AAOI, Applied Optoelectronics. This was a day trade. This is an interesting one. This upper shadow is real interesting. I'm gonna wait on this one, Roy. I'm gonna keep waiting. 100 simple, big level. This is on the weekly chart, holding it down. Daily chart, this is a really kind of a cute upper shadow. I think a bunch of buyers try to hop in there and they're about to get scolded. And as Applied Opto trades back down to here. But if you're looking at going long, I think 38.70 or 38.89 is a good price. That's what I'm thinking. Sweet. Let's just go through some of our other trades really quick. So HMI, this is the one of our open swing trades. If this doesn't trigger by Friday, I'm just going to cancel it. Put our money somewhere else. If no trigger by Friday in the day, I'll cancel. But overall, still looks pretty good. I could lower the entry maybe even. Thought about that actually. Lowering the entry and increasing the stop. So that looks good. That's HMI. We're still in bearish on AMAT, and it doesn't look awful. A little bit of volume came in today. I like the moving average. I guess I should have went with my gut instinct on that one and put up the, had the limit sell just a little bit higher than 42.70. Trying to think if there's anything else to do. Nah. I think we'll just wait on AMAT. I mean, we're in bearish, so keeps going lower. Great. Shopify. Have some people bail on Shopify today and lock in a profit, which is fine. I mean, you're up half an hour, something like that. A little bit of a high wave candle, maybe a little bit of a higher high and a higher low. You do have the 50, you do have the 100 getting real close. I can totally appreciate and understand why if you're getting out. I probably will do the same tomorrow. Look to lock in gains tomorrow. So if you're in Shopify with this particular directional setup, I'm just going to lock in a gain tomorrow if it pops a little bit. Just removing the risk and locking in profit as September draws to an end. I'm a lot more aggressive at the end of a month than the beginning of the month because those bills are coming around the corner. Winter comes. They'll be coming around the corner. Winter comes. So Shopify, you know, I'll watch it at some point tomorrow. But Steven said it's August. What did I say? September? Oh, man. Almost the end of August. September is right around the corner. But that's Shopify. We'll see what you got. I don't mind taking a small gain on that one tomorrow, just locking it in, because there are some resistance levels right above where we are. APPN. APPN, we have it open, looks phenomenal. We'll see if it triggers. So APPN still looks good, still open. Nothing too crazy there. And then pizza, AKA Papa John's, didn't not work today. So I kind of like Papa John's. That's cool. And then IQ did trigger today and got a little bit of a doji. We will just have to see. We shall see. I kind of like the move. I thought about, like I was talking about yesterday, getting fancy with it, doing a trigger, and then doing like a limit buy a little bit lower per Mr. Squiggles. Probably should have thought about it, but not a big deal. All is well. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I like the stop location. I like the gap. I think we'll be okay. If we get stopped out of this one and then it starts looking like it'll bounce again, I'll just get back in. All right, that's it for me today. That's Energy Wednesday. Nice review. Looking at tons of stocks, getting a new swing trade set up. Like I said, they're going to keep the weekly options newsletter open until Friday, and then I'll cancel it at the end of Friday. Missed it by 2 pennies today. Really sour about that. UXIN, what are we looking at tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen? This is all I got. Thomas says, I'm thinking about setting up iCube of the Hive today. Love that plan. Big fan. Mike says City. Ray says Facebook. Good look at Tesla. RY looks good. COTY, Disney, Square. Cheryl says, I need to make a habit of looking at the worksheet every day. Oh, yeah. Just set an alarm. Those things help. They help me at least. Oh, speaking of, sorry, let me look at Amazon really quick. Do not sell Amazon at 2,000. It will go higher. It will go to at least 2037. Don't sell it right at 2,000 because it will go higher than that. And honestly, if you have less than 1,000 shares of Amazon, I would hold it until you throw up. Meaning, like, hold it for another 5 years. because it's Amazon. They're just getting going. Wait until they start paying dividends. Wait till they do a stock split. Now, if you have 1,000 shares or more, yeah, do a covered call, maybe lock some in. You're a millionaire. Congratulations. But I would personally hold it if I had shares, which I don't. But if I did. Okay, getting the list for tomorrow. You guys are throwing them in like wildfire. PDDI. Okay. Ashes, what if you have 10 shares? So as I just mentioned seconds ago, if I had less than 1,000 shares, I would just hold every share. Why not? So keep holding. Dwayne says Apple. Exactly. You can do what Apple did. How's he going to hit $1 trillion company yet? And it will. Keep holding. Don't sell. Amazon if you have less than 1,000 shares. All right, folks. You guys rock. I'll see you later. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.